Okay, so now we're ready to start building our navigation. First of all, let's change the title and all these funny things here. So let's call it jQuery animated navigation. Okay, then within the body, in between the body tags, let's start first with div id wr for wrapper. Then we're going to create div with the ID of hd for header. And inside of the header, we're going to create UL tag with the ID of MNV for main navigation. Now we're going to create a few li tags with the links inside of them. Ahref. Now question mark p equals home. We're going to be sending parameters via URL. So home. And now if we copy this, we need about 5 of them, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one will be about us. And about us. Another one, services. Services. Then we'll have gallery. Gallery. And the last one, contact us. Contact us. Okay, so that's all fine. We've got our navigation ready. Now what we need to do, we need to create a CSS file for it. So if we go to our style, create new file, let's call it core.css. If we open the file and we start defining by first using the white character, the first thing we want the margin and padding for everything to be 0 pixels, padding 0 pixels. Then we go for the line height. Let's make it 20 pixels for every single element. Font family, let's make it Trebuchet, MS, Arial, Helvetica. Then if we use font size of 12 pixels for everything, color, let's make it 333. Then we've got text decoration. We don't want any on any links or anything. Border font, everything, none as well. And outline, none. Okay, next thing will be the body tag. And for body tag, we'll just define text align center. Then we have our first div, which was WR for wrapper. We want width to be 800 pixels. We want text to be aligned to the left by default. And we want margin from the top to be 40 pixels, from the right to be outer, from the bottom 20 pixels, and from the left out as well. Okay, we're done with this tag. Let's go for the next one. We ignore completely header. It was just a container to keep our navigation inside of something. But let's go for the M and V straight away. And we're going to give it a width of 100%. Then we have list style, none. Height of about 40 pixels. And the border bottom, let's make it solid, 4 pixels. And the color, let's make it 333. Okay, so that's our main UL tag for the navigation. Then we have our MNV LI and MNV LI A. And these tags will have float left, first of all. Then we're gonna define width of 160 pixels, which is 800 pixels by 5 buttons. It comes straight as 160. And display block. Okay, so these are the common properties for these two tags. Now if we go to the MNV LI only, and we define a height of it to 40 pixels, then we give it position relative and background 0, 0, 0. Okay, now we have MNV LIA. Now, text align we want to be centered. And we also want the height to be 30 pixels. We want padding from the top to be 10 pixels. And we want the color of the text to be 999. It's a light gray. Okay, so we've got these two tags done. Now we need to define some styling for the active state. So MNV li.act a, and if we copy this, comma MNV li.act a hover, we have padding from the top. We're going to increase to 15 pixels. So when we mouse, when the button is active, it will have 15 pixels from the top of the padding. Color will be white. We'll have background color of 222, and we have height of 35 pixels. Now if we go for the last thing, will be just MNV li act, and li tag will have margin from the top will be -10 pixels, and the height will be 50 pixels. Okay, because obviously when we move mouse over, or whenever the button is active, we want this top bit to be a little bit higher, which means we're going to move it up 10 pixels, -10 pixels, so obviously it goes up rather than down. And then we're going to increase the height of the element, because obviously we want the bottom part of this specific li tag to stay right at the bottom. We don't want this to move up together. So we have to increase it by whatever minus negative margin we are adding to the same element. So that's everything with our style sheet. Our style sheet is ready. So we can go to our index.php now and include it on our page. So after title, before all our JavaScript tags, let's type link href, and if we browse for the file, okay, there we are, style core.css. Okay, then if we type rel style sheet and type text CSS and close our tag. Now we have our style sheet included. If we go to the design view, you can see our navigation is now formatted. And if you preview this in the browser, refresh the page, you can see our navigation has its normal state ready. So in the next video, we're going to have a look at how to actually create the PHP function which makes our button active whenever we're going to click on it.